Welcome back to Wisecrack, sponsored by MyBookie.ag. Bill Krackenberger.
Yes. What are you guys up to?
I got a lot.
How was the week in Vegas? I just got off a plane.
The week in Vegas was good.
Yeah.
The Sphere opened up.
Oh yeah, and I seen videos. They had some like weird set list, or not weird, but because they had people in the audience and like Paul McCartney, so they had a couple Beatles songs, and I'd like to go maybe a midweek. The prices have changed a little bit, so maybe, but I'm a greatest hits guy.
Yeah.
I don't like new music, but yet I do like the new Stone song "Angry." So, but I'm really the streets have no name. Still haven't found what I'm looking for, but I like Mysterious Ways. I love One. There's actually a lot of songs I like too, but that's really can be on a greatest hits album, So I'm not into experimental and visually artsy, brand new music. Now, granted, the Sphere is cool. The colors and different things going on, really cool. But I'm old school to the classics. So
This might not be a popular opinion.
what's that?
I don't like U2.
Oh yeah, I mean they're not my favorite group.
Although when
but
you
I
just
like
rattled off some of those songs,
God.
I was like, I guess I do like that song. I guess I do like that song.
No,
Streets have no name.
They're I don't know how you.
But I'd want to go to the show.
Oh,
Even with that, because it just looked amazing.
no,
All the stuff
but
I saw
if you
on
look
Instagram.
at like some of the original videos and stuff, and just watch some of the MTV type videos. There's a couple made in Vegas and stuff, and U2 is great. They are great, and if he wouldn't be so, but yet he's not being political so far, so that's good. I heard some good things about that.
Speaking of videos, I want you to watch a video.
Okay.
We talked a little bit in the pre-show here before we don't do a pre-show really, just you're not completely up to speed on Trevor Bauer.
I know he is. Of course, I know.
Pitching for the Dodgers. This video will explain everything. He was wrongfully accused by a girl that he was hanging out with, let's say. And George Carmona is going to play us. He could finally speak out about this that's been ongoing for a few years now. Maybe 3 years, 2 or 3 years. Watch this video.
The Dodgers. A text Lindsey Hill sent to a friend before she ever even met me. "What should I steal?" she asked another, in reference to visiting my house for the first time. The answer? Take his money. After the first time we met, "Net worth is 51 mil, she said. "Bitch, you better secure the bag," was the response, being an absolute whore to try to get in on his 51 million. Since then, her legal team has approached me multiple times about coming to a financial settlement. But as I have done since day one, I refuse to pay her even a single cent. Lindsey Hill's claims were heard in court, and during those legal proceedings, critical information was deliberately and unlawfully concealed from me and my legal team. After hearing the evidence available to her, Judge Diana Gold-Saltman found that Lindsey Hill had misled the court. She found her claims to be materially misleading. I never sexually assaulted Lindsey Hill. Lindsey Hill's legal team again came to us. I was willing to agree to the terms proposed. Both parties would drop their respective lawsuits, and neither of us would pay either side any money. I also retained my right to speak publicly about the case, something I have not been at liberty to do since June of 2021. As of today, both lawsuits have been settled. But hopefully this is the last time I have to do so, as I'd prefer to just remain focused on doing my job, winning baseball games and entertaining fans around the world. So today, I'm happy to be moving on with my life.
Unbelievable, right?
Yeah. If we can cut that down, though, guys, too, because we don't want to get into a drama show. Like, if we can don't have to have all that on there. That's like 5 minutes of talking. But you could propose it. I mean, you put it out there. I tell you what, lawyers are the scum of the world. I mean, how can a lawyer even defend her after seeing those text messages and ask for money?
It's crazy.
He asked for money. The law said, "Oh well, after these texts, we'll settle on this smaller amount."
Yeah,
come on,
it's crazy. But just
this girl, she should be exposed. They just showed her face in her picture. Yeah. Make sure we get that in the cut.
I mean, the Dodgers end up cutting him.
Unbelievable.
He's not in Major League Baseball anymore. He's been pitching in Japan for the last year and a half or something. I mean, it's just literally ruined this guy's career at the peak of his game, not to mention my Dodgers really need him.
They could say anything. Think about it. A girl could say anything at any time, and you have to defend yourself.
And now you're guilty. And you're guilty. Right out of the gate.
You have to defend yourself, and you have to, you're guilty before you're innocent.
It's criminal.
Opposite. Yeah, this girl, she looks like an animal.
Unbelievable. I can't even believe that's you could just wreck someone's career like that.
It really is. It's unbelievable.
No morals. And did you catch the part? A former baseball player was egging her on. Did you catch that part?
Yeah.
A former pitcher for the Padres.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's so crazy. I mean, imagine that's your goal in life is just to do that. Like you could just see that.
Right.
She has no morals,
Gold digger.
no compass.
Yeah. But gold digger, but to the point where you're accusing someone of sexual crimes.
Yeah. Terrible.
Sexual assault.
Terrible.
It's nuts. Anyway,
Yeah.
I just wanted you to see that. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. So anyway, just got back in town. Was back east for a boxing Hall of Fame induction. A couple buddies of mine were this year. They were in Atlantic City. We had the dinner and Don Albaum, who we had on the show here, 92 years old. He was there with me, and I had him in New York yesterday, actually. And speaking of which, yesterday I was in New York yesterday. I had pizza for lunch and Chinese food for dinner, which
in New York.
Yeah,
which was
Chinatown.
amazing.
Same place I go to for years. It's a dive. I've been going there 45 years or something like that. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, at least 45 years. You have to go down the steps. It's on Chinatown. It's in Chinatown on Wohop. It's called Wohop. It's on Mott Street, 17 Mott Street. Been going there for years.
I know Mott Street.
Yeah, it's cool. And yesterday afternoon, I had pizza for lunch. So the pizza I had was John's of Bleecker, which is a historic 100-year-old oven pizza place. It was there's a couple places I like to go to, but some are in Brooklyn actually. Lucali, L&B. There's some other ones. But I was thinking of that. I even put it on my notes here for today. I just here in town. When I was leaving here a couple weeks ago, you said you guys were all going to a pizza place down. What's the name of it?
Yeah, there's a place close by here called Rocco's. Over on Rainbow and 215.
And what do you get there? Just
I like sausage pizza. I'm a sausage guy. Yeah, regular size sausage pizza is really good.
Okay.
In Henderson, there's IDK that you've been to.
IDK
Ryan's place is great. And in LA.
Oh, what'd you say in LA you like?
La Monica's New York pizza.
It's so hard to believe.
Which, by the way, Dave Portnoy from Barstool went in and did a pizza review of La Monica's, and he gave them a 7, and I about lost my.
Yeah.
I won't say it.
Yeah.
What I lost.
7.
Yeah.
7 is below average for him.
Yeah. La Monica's is an 11. Trust me.
But it might not have been his pizza. He likes a thin and crispy pizza.
This is thin and crispy.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know.
I don't know. He was having a bad day or something that day.
Maybe before he got the $500 million. Here in town, there's a place called Pizza Rock, one at Green Valley Ranch, one downtown. They make some different styles of pizza. Some of their pizza is pretty decent. They make some other things. Some of their sides are good over there. There's a place on Durango called Villa Pizza. They have good Sicilian. Dom DeMarco's over on Charleston has good Sicilian, some good sides, good sauce. I just, the benchmarks that I go by, though, are just too tough for anyone here to have a decent shot. Like I said, I went to John's yesterday. It's like one of my favorite. But, there's Lombardi's on Spring. I mean,
I've been to Lombardi's.
Yeah, Lombardi's is supposedly the oldest pizza place in America that came to America.
Right.
So that's good.
And what's the deal with Ray's Pizza in New York? There's the original, but then there's a bunch of counterfeits, right?
That's a thicker pizza, Ray's. It's like a boardwalk pizza. By the way, we have a good, decent boardwalk pizza here at Cosmo, the Cosmo Secret Pizza place.
Oh, I forgot about that place. That is good.
They have like a boardwalk pizza. It's very decent. So that's what like a Ray's is. Or I like the thinner, tinier, the smaller cracker style pizza. So
how many days a week would you say you eat pizza?
I don't.
You don't?
No pizza here, really. I just said I was trying to give everyone a little play there, but I really don't. It's just there's no real pizza here. It's hard for me to eat pizza here. Listen, I go by New Haven Pizza. I love Frank Pep's, Sally's, Modern. There's a place called Zupardi's. I love their sauce. They make sausage in house. I love that place for sausage pizza. And now in the city, I just named a couple. In Brooklyn, I named a couple. It's too hard to come out here.
If you were going to watch, baseball playoffs is happening now, World Series coming up, or football playoffs, and you were going to watch at home, you're eating what?
Probably the Dom DeMarco's Sicilian.
But you are getting pizza at home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Dom DeMarco's or the Villa Pizza they make a good Sicilian too there. So I like the L&B Spumoni Gardens in Brooklyn, though. They make the best Sicilian in my. It's the sauce on top, of the cheese on the bottom. But anyway, I was just something I was thinking about. Figured I'd add that into.
I like it.
I have a subject. I have a couple subjects.
Really?
Listen. Atlantic City is just a frickin' dive. It's so bad. It's
what about
just so bad,
the
man.
nice casino you took me to, Ocean?
Yeah, Ocean's, it's nice, but, it just, the city's the city. You can't help it. I mean, the boardwalk's outside there. Listen, it's real simple. The town never reinvested money past Pacific Avenue. That's right outside.
Yeah.
So right outside Pacific Avenue. Then the casinos are on Pacific. You go to Atlantic Avenue, it's a war zone.
Right.
It really is.
Right.
It's so bad over there. From like the bus station down 8 blocks to where like the Popeyes chicken is, and they got guys, they got thugs, holding you. You want to go in Popeyes? It's $1 to get in. They charge you to get in.
Come on.
No, there's little bodegas I don't know how anyone would go there. We have a 7-Eleven here, 7-Elevens here. They have a 4-Eleven there. It's called 4-Eleven, a little homemade.
Wait, you're being serious?
No, I'm being dead serious. But there's all these little bodegas there.
I thought that was a joke.
No. There's all these little bodegas, and nighttime there. These aren't Fortune 500 guys out there.
Right.
This is bad people, and it's a sewer. It's a sewer. Atlantic City's just a sewer, and like I said, and the casinos too. They're, you got think what you have behind you. Your back door is the Atlantic Ocean.
Right.
Boardwalk, beautiful.
Such an
history.
opportunity. Yeah.
Such an opportunity, and it's all about the bucks. It's
Yeah.
all about the bucks. They don't care about anything. Even the casinos. At 8:00 at night, you can't get a card made at the card center at hardly any of the card places. You can't even get a card made. How about late night food? There's no like my mom and dad when they were alive. God bless them. They used to always go to a coffee shop. They liked going to a coffee shop. Now, when you say coffee shop now, what do people think? Oh, yeah, there's a Starbucks down the corner.
Yeah.
No. Coffee shop where you can get 24/7 food, maybe some late night Chinese.
Yeah. I missed that here in this town.
Here, South Point has one. It has the coffee shop there.
Right.
But there's
it's packed.
Jerry's Nugget downtown. I mean, but then again, it's not the best area either. There's really no coffee shops left.
Yeah.
They used to have them at Bally's. They had Jewish.
Every
they had
casino
a Jewish
had it.
deli at
Yep.
Bally, Showboat.
24-hour casino
they
and
always
Keno.
had.
And Keno inside of it.
Oh, they did. They had Keno people running around,
to
especially
love
here
that.
in Vegas. Yeah. But anyway, there's just
George, do you even remember those days? No, you're too young?
No, my first ever big win gambling was in Keno at a coffee shop at Texas Station.
I love it.
Of course it was.
R.I.P.
We all started at Keno, right?
Wow.
My dad says I have a gambling problem because he started me on Keno.
At least your dad tells you that, and you have that meeting every week you go to. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Hi, I'm John Orlando.
Hi, John. I know the lingo.
But yeah, no, it's just Atlantic City's bad. That's all I
Yeah.
can tell you. It's just they just don't care. You got a mayor there that I'm shocked that he has a good opportunity. Now they put some money into certain things in the city, and it's just it just literally happened. When the pandemic hit, they were coming back on the way
Correct.
back. Everything went downhill.
Everything changed.
Now.
20 room service. There's no more 24-hour room service.
There's no room service. No.
You used to be able to call down in any hotel on the Strip at 2 o'clock in the morning and get whatever you want.
I flew in from Newark, New Jersey today, and I'm waiting. I get a couple bottles of water for the plane, and I watched 2 guys come and take waters and just take sodas and just walk away. I watched at the airport. It's pretty ballsy to do at the airport because you have a plane to catch. You have a couple hours to catch you. You only can go in a couple terminals.
Right.
I mean, before I left here though, too, that reminds me, I'm on Jones and like. Jones? No, I know it was Decatur and Tropicana at Walgreens, and these 2 guys came in with backpacks, filling the backpacks up.
No way.
And walked
out
out.
here.
I thought that was only, I have to admit it, sorry to say it, I thought that was only like a California
Me
thing.
too.
It was like they filled up their backpacks, and I actually asked the girl, she goes, no, we can't do nothing. We're not told to call the cops, don't do anything. I said, well, why am I paying? So I told her. No, I told her that. I said, why am I paying?
Right.
If you got 5-finger discounts.
Right.
I mean, but I was like, wow, is that real?
Bill.
I'm looking for the video cameras.
Listen to me. I'm not letting them get out. I know it's crazy.
No, because I mean,
you're playing Russian roulette. I'm not letting those little bastards get out. I don't care.
It's but there people are that you have to mind your own business. It's hard for me to do. It's hard for people to do.
Yeah, I know.
It's amazing. I hate to say it. I don't like to get political or anything, but what's happening in this country right now with this leadership.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, it's bad, man.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Well, it's hard to run the country when you don't know what day it is. You know, that's all I'm saying. That's all.
It is. I just can't believe that happened right in front of me. But
yeah, that's crazy.
You know,
I know that Walgreens.
You have police forces that are afraid to arrest people too. You don't want to. You have to be careful of their rights, and you have to be careful of. You have places like New York and Philadelphia where they're trying to teach instead of arresting them, get them in a room together and get together and try to teach them. Because you have political leaders that say, well, they were raised by single families and they were abused and they had this and that. Give me a break.
Yeah.
Give me a break. Throw them in the can.
Let's talk some football.
Yeah, I'll tell you right away. The first game I'm looking at for tomorrow night, I actually just looked up the line to make sure it was the same. I just don't think. Listen, everyone's picking on the Bears. They're 0-4. There's two 0-4 teams, Carolina and the Bears. And I know the Bears look bad. I understand. And Washington looked okay. This may be a situation tomorrow night where the Bears can keep. By the way, the Bears were winning last week versus Denver most of the game. They probably should have won. But this could be just a lot of points. You would think that I can't believe Washington's given 6 points again. Now, granted, I didn't bet it yet, and I would look for a 6.5 to buy at the 7. But that's just one game I was looking at.
What's the money line on that
this
game?
weekend? Plus 210. And they can easily win. Easily.
Right.
They can easily. This is one of those games can go either way for sure.
Is it in Chicago or
no? It's in Washington. Where that's another thing too. You got to remember now, in the NFL, it's not like a college game. You don't have the home field advantage like you do in a college sport. College basketball, college football, home field means much more than it does. NFL, you have a lot of stadiums where you have two different people, especially when it comes to the Bears. You have people rooting for the Bears all over the country. No matter where they're going to be, there's going to be Bears fans, old Chicago fans. And that's just like Kansas City fans. Speaking of which, Kansas City the other night versus the Jets. A lot of people in the stands there for Kansas City. And Kansas City, even though they got out to 17-point lead, they could have easily lost that game. If they didn't get some breaks on 3rd and 20 a couple of times on that last drive where, I think a couple Fugazi breaks, actually. Jets could have got the ball back and could have easily won outright.
Yeah.
So maybe they overlooked them because, the Jets are the Jets. So, and KC's one of the best teams in football. I guess San Fran would be the best team according to, everyone, according to the odds. But
I got a lot of messages about my claim that Mahomes is going to outdo Brady in terms of Super Bowl rings.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I'm going to triple down on that statement, Bill.
Really?
100%.
Okay.
When it's all said and done, why are you smiling? You're smiling.
No,
I see you smiling.
He's great. He's a great quarterback.
But,
my God, when I watched that quarterback thing in that documentary out there, he is so good.
Is there a but after that or no?
I don't think he's going to beat the records of.
How is it not obvious to everyone? I don't understand this. George, back me up. No?
All NFL records are going to be broken with the extra games that they're going to play. Watch, they're going to add some extra things for Mahomes too. Offense is a little easier, but winning championships is tough. I think every record minus the championships.
Unbelievable, George. I don't know. I don't know if you're qualified to even.
You're right. No, you're right.
The Eagles
I'm muting myself.
And 49ers are both 4-0. And I think the Eagles aren't a good 4-0 team.
I agree with that.
As a matter of fact, this weekend, I think the Rams have a shot versus them. So I think the Rams can win outright this weekend.
What's that money line?
Probably about plus 170, something like that.
I feel like there's a
175.
There's a Bears-Rams parlay in my future, Crack.
See how easy that was? Sorry, Mr. Orlando. I got him going again. He was rehabilitated for a day. But anyway, that's another game that I think that's could be a nice underdog there. People love to have action on so many different sides, and I want to tell you something. Sunday night side. Do you know who's playing Sunday night?
No.
Dallas and San Fran.
Dallas and San Fran.
Yeah. So
I'm nervous about that game, to be honest.
Let me get the current line.
I'm really concerned about that game.
That one scares you?
Yeah, I don't know. Dak
minus 3.5.
4. Yeah, I have 4. I'm looking at the Caesars line right now. San Fran minus 4, but we really should be looking at the MyBookie line.
Yeah, on MyBookie it's
okay.
3.5.
3.5.
3.5
Isn't that amazing
on
though, the
MyBookie?
difference though if you're going to bet? So if you're going to bet San Fran, you'd want to bet it at MyBookie because you want to get that half a point.
Right.
Absolutely.
mybookie.ag. So San Fran giving 3.5-4 to Dallas in San Fran. This will be a big, tough test for Dallas.
Right.
Yeah. But I have some Dallas futures, so I want them to win.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you have them to win the Super Bowl?
I have Dallas.
Good man, Crack. 10 to 1?
Actually, this is an embarrassment. You're digging, so it's unbelievable. So I'm away somewhere. I was somewhere when this. Oh, I know where. I was at the Masters. I'm at the Masters, and my prop guy says, "Hey, Dallas is 17 to 1 to win the Super Bowl in Vegas. Can you get that for us?" I said, "Well, I'm not there as soon as I get back." And I got back. I thought I bet it on the app. I thought I bet it on my Circa app, and I didn't. But I did bet to win the I guess the NFC. I did bet, and I still think to win the division, even though this is going to be a tough week. If they get by this week, you'll find some really good odds on them still to win the division, I think. So obviously Philadelphia, I mean, is the clear-cut choice right there right now. And they have a pretty cakey schedule. There's nothing.
Who, Philly?
Yeah, they played some tough games, but they're playing the Rams now in LA. I'll tell you, I like the Rams this week. So that's something else to look at. But as far as teasers go this week, as we know, mybookie.ag has the best 6-point teasers, which are minus $1.20. I don't see anything through the key numbers though this weekend to really focus in on. I like taking those home teams, teasing them up through the key numbers of 3 and 7. You could take the Jets; they're plus 1.5. Take them up to 7.5. And I also seen you could take the Lions on a 7-point down to 2.5. Lions are definitely really good. You're talking about good team and bad team. Two teams going in two different directions. Carolina, they're 9.5-point dog here. Detroit's minus 9.5. Detroit's playing really good. That game, I think they just laid an egg there versus Seattle in week 2 after beating KC week 1, and they really showed me a lot versus Green Bay. They kind of destroyed Green Bay last Thursday night. So, listen, I like betting totals. I like betting props, but people like having sides. They love to bet sides. So I've actually been giving out some sides, and right now I'm actually doing pretty good with the Crack Wins guys. And
really? Why you've been giving out sides because people are asking?
People want them. People want. So listen, I'll give you something I think is going to be a very minute, maybe a 1% edge game, like maybe a Rams. But yet I know I like to bet 3%. I'll have something with a 3% edge or a 2% edge on props or totals, and they want the 1%. They want the side. They want to root for a side in the game. So it's just the way it is. People love rooting for sides. And
finding 2 to 3% edges on games over the long term.
Oh God, it's great.
That's your
usually not
money.
Enough for people. You know what they say? Oh, I could do that.
Right.
6 and 4. 6 and 4. No, that's more than 2 or 3%. 6 and 4. I do that. I don't need no help. Yeah, okay. Try to do it long term over the course of 20 weeks.
Right.
I have a subject that on the plane it just hit me, and I was like, God, this just bothers me, people. So people ask me for rooms. I don't mind. Like you asked me for a room for some people coming to town at the Win, and
Carol Todd,
I did that.
You did
her.
that. Yep.
No problem. Especially if it's someone with problems. They have no money, or they have little money. They need, they've had some situations in their life.
Yeah.
I love helping, and I'll get them nice places too.
Yeah, you did. You hooked her up. She had lost her daughter.
Yep. I can get people Caesars. I can get them nice places. I think Paris across the street's a great place. I got that for free. I think it's a good spot. Center Strip, Harrah's Center Strip. Anyway, the Win is the nicest. So friends asked me if I can help them get them rooms, and this is the way they call you too. Can you help me get a room? Don't worry, it doesn't have to be free. It could be a discount. Yeah, okay. I know that means you want a free room, a discount.
Right.
So there's no discounted rate. Some take it a step further. I say, yes, you have those 4 nights. You're at the Win, these 4 nights. And then they say, do you have a confirmation number? No. Bill Krackenberger's the confirmation. So now sometimes they'll call and say, hey, Bill, just to let you know, or they'll text me, Bill, I called over there and they don't have me down for a room.
Right.
Of course they don't. The room's under my name. Did you gamble under your name enough for you to get a fucking room? Of course not.
Yep.
No, it's under my name.
Yep.
You're added to the room.
Yep.
Oh, I really wanted a confirmation. If you want a confirmation, never go to the internet.
Yeah.
Go to Priceline or one of those sites, Expedia. You're happy to get it. It's $500 a night, but you can have a confirmation that to win. You get your little thing, your little security blanket. It just
I get it. I deal with it too.
It just bothers me.
I deal with it too. They don't understand how the comp rooms work.
Yeah.
When you have to check them in too, right?
Yeah, I got to go down, check them in.
Then add their name to the room.
Yeah, I have a little connection. Sometimes I don't. There's ways to do it at TEASERS kiosk that you don't have to do that. But, it just, and by the way, it's beautiful outside. It's unbelievable outside right now. Great time to come to Vegas. Normally, it is a mess, though. The streets, the roads, the construction, the traffic, Formula One, I would stay far away from this town. They listen, I don't know who's in whose pockets, but this town put a lot of money, $1 billion plus, into this Formula One, ripping down trees, setting up things, setting up this. I'll tell you what, I don't recommend coming to this town for a while.
That's
I'm
shocked that you say that. I'm shocked
Why?
you said that because I just was arguing with someone on Instagram about this exact thing. Someone posted this exact thing on Instagram a couple days ago, and I was like, I disagree.
Really?
Because
if you want to come to a local place, go stay at Red Rock, all the way from all the hustle and bustle and nonsense.
Right.
Great place. But the Strip right now, I don't know, man.
I
get every night's a disaster.
The traffic is a disaster.
Roads are all ripped up for this Formula One.
But once you get to town, let's say you're staying at Caesars, you're good. You don't really have to go anywhere. Like you can just walk to the. You know what I mean?
If you want to do so, he said it right. If you want to do some walking, don't rent a car right now.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. So come, but don't drive. That's the moral of my story.
Listen, we got some great restaurants. Speaking of which, Peter Luger's is coming to where Rayo's used to be. Is going to be Peter Luger's from Brooklyn, the famous Brooklyn Steakhouse institution over there.
Wait, I didn't know Rayo's is gone?
Rayo's is gone.
At Caesars?
Yeah, you could see John's recommend people to come to Caesars. He hasn't been there. He hasn't been there in a year because it's been gone for a year.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Rayo's was good.
I thought Rayo's
Classic.
was good. I thought it was good.
How did that not make it?
Yeah, it did. They had like a 10-year rent.
Rent free.
And then they to get people in.
Got it.
Some deal like that. And now Peter Luger's. Do you know Peter Luger's?
I don't.
Oh my God, Peter Luger's is it's over the Williamsburg Bridge in New York, under the bridge actually. There, famous New York steakhouse.
Really?
Voted for many, many years as the best steakhouse.
Okay.
And I've been there many, many times. The New York Post just gave it a bad review last year, but I still think it's one of the best.
Yeah.
So Peter Luger's is coming to the Rayo's location. It'll be open here in the next couple months.
Wow.
Yeah, that'll be a fun thing. But what else you been doing? Oh, you've been gambling.
I was
Red Rock with
spectating for the most part with Mr. Dana White last night.
Okay.
And it was
Will the real Slim Shady please stand up?
There it is.
Great.
Yeah.
Private room?
There it is. Yeah, back there.
Nice.
So there's like high limit, and then there's a private room to high limit over there at Red Rock.
Yep.
And he's so nice, man. He's just, it's fun to watch him. He's very disciplined. I think you'd be really impressed. Like, he'll play, over there, his limit is 30,000 a hand.
Right.
So he plays two hands. Sometimes one hand, sometimes two. He changes it up, whatever. But let's say he plays two hands at 30 grand. If he wins both those hands, he quits.
It's
he
over?
doubles his money, he quits. Now he'll take a break. He may talk to everyone and hang out for a little bit, and maybe 30, 40 minutes later he might go, let me try to go back in. But you won't see him play. Once he doubles his money, he's done.
Okay. That's his strategy?
Yeah.
But if he loses something, it bombs
if he
over
loses,
Tokyo.
he will he'll, last night at one point he was way down.
Oh, okay.
And way down. And he had a shoe. It was double deck out of the hand.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, double deck out of the hand.
Double deck? He doesn't play shoe?
No, double deck out of the hand. And he won every single hand through a whole double deck except the very last hand. He got all his money back plus $50K.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That calls it a night.
Yeah.
And who all is like who's there? Like,
So it was Dana, Bob Menery, who's do you know who Bob Menery is? Bob Menery is a really funny guy. You've probably seen the videos and you just don't realize his
Buffalo
name.
Wild Wings commercials.
He was the voice of Buffalo Wild Wings for
okay.
the last few years, but he'll take a sports highlight and he'll do his own commentary to it, but that's like really funny commentary.
Wow.
And he's got like a very Joe Buck kind of voice. He's got a really great
a good voice.
Announcer voice. Yeah, so Bob was there, and then this guy named Raz, who we should have on the show actually. He's a sports bettor. He promotes a site called Prize Picks.
They're big. I don't know who they are actually.
I never heard of it until him.
Influencers. Prize Picks.
He does some really fun videos though, Raz. Like he'll go up to strangers and he'll have $100 bill in his hand between his fingers, and he'll just go up to a stranger and he'll go, "Excuse me, you want this $100 bill or what's behind it?" And almost 9 out of 10 people go, "I'll take the 100," and he just gives them the 100, and then he goes, "Look, you missed out on it." And it'll say like $20,000 or $10,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And he'll really give you the money, or he'll use whatever it is. Let's say it says 10,000. He'll say like, "I'm gonna make a $2,000 parlay bet that I know is gonna hit, and if it hits, I'll give you the 10K."
Oh, wow.
And then he documents it.
Oh, wow.
And I'm sure sometimes maybe it loses. I don't know, but I think even if it loses, I think he still
gives the 100.
I think he still honors the 10K.
Oh, wow.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a real nice kid.
You know what's funny? We're not seeing a lot of the sports betting influencers.
You're right.
You're seeing it being cut back and scaled back. You understand, like when sports betting became legal and everywhere. Well, not everywhere. Let's say 30-some states. These companies all came in. These big companies all came in and said, "Oh my God, this is going to be life-changing, this and that for them."
Right.
And it is. It's big for them.
Yeah.
But they probably oversold themselves, and really go by some of the losses of some of the companies that, giant companies, multi-billion-dollar companies have losing quarterly reports.
Right.
That's insane but like I said, you go to like Yankee Stadium, you have DraftKings, FanDuel, Barstool, everyone represented in the fields there, everywhere you go, and then you have all these social media influencers. They're paying people, Caesars, they're paying 7 figures to these people doing commercials and
Right.
stuff.
Like
They're paying so much money. Yes,
or
there's
Jamie's
so much,
BetMGM, I think, but
so much money though that they're paying these influencers and these media types, and even the social media influencers. You could see some of these companies are starting to scale back now, and stop those big outlays of money and cash. I've noticed a lot of people are asking me and saying, "Hey, do you know anything I can do?" And they're putting on their DMs and they're putting on their Twitter profiles looking for jobs. These people,
Really?
yeah. So one thing I'm so happy about, John, I was in the sports betting space first, making money for decades before the opportunities opened up. And I was actually making some decent money with different things. I'm on the Fox show on the weekend doing.
Right.
But if that stuff folds up for me, I could just still bet sports. And
You still
always
just do
make
you.
a lot of money. Just
Right.
do me. These people have to mop floors.
Right.
And they might not be good at that. No, because they some of them is dumb as rocks.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway, it's just something I noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I mean, you really are like a pioneer in
I don't mean
sports.
to be- I don't
Well,
mean to
but
be a
you are though,
pioneer.
because I mean, when you were doing it, it was frowned upon, and when you started.
Well, there's a lot. Let me just tell you something. There's a lot of people that are actually sharper than me in this space.
Right.
They just won't talk.
Right.
Either they don't want to give away their edge,
Yeah.
or they're just shy,
Right.
or they don't come across well. Some of the people have tried it. There are some people that I like to call them bugs. They're
Yeah.
geniuses that tried to go on shows and talk, and it's like they're speaking in tongues. The
Yeah.
people don't understand it. You can't be analytics and model driven and all about numbers and be relatable and have fun and have the people at home enjoy what you're saying. You have to mix it. You have to have a nice mix of that.
Right.
You have to be. You got to be relatable to your public.
Yeah.
You got to be Joe Public. You can't act like you're smarter than someone or all the time, and or you can't be like the showy types that have these fancy cars and come
Yeah.
on TikTok and Instagram and say, "I'm the chosen one. I'm the guy. Hey, look at my car. How would I have this car if I wasn't?" Like. There is so many snake oil salesmen, and
Yeah.
we talk about it every week. I don't mean to go into it, and some people think like, why would I talk about that? Why do I talk about it? And why do I put it on my Twitter? Why did I put the video of the kid saying he dropped out of school to be a sports bettor? Because I don't want these kids to follow in these steps of people that think, oh, I could do this too. Because all they are is scammers. That's all they are. They may even think they win. You know, I have a friend that he has. I'm not going to get into it. I know a lot of kids that think they're winners because their parents enable them. That's all I can tell you. They don't even realize they're enabling. They don't even realize that what they're doing is wrong. You know, it's such a social thing, fashionable thing,
right?
To put a 12-teamer on there and you watch YouTube and say, "Hey, come on, we're rooting again. Look at I need 2 more teams." And parlays and teasers and so many sucker bets. And no matter what, even if I teach you some things, I can have a personal one-on-one course with you. Humans are going to be humans. The human condition is made up of people that are going to make their own mistakes. Just like by the way, I'll never forget. The guy's dead now. Mike Esposito was his name. I was like 12 years old. I was on a payphone, and me and my little buddies, my 2 buddies, 3 of us, like 12, 11 years old. You know, we were gambling and playing tickets, and working so hard on the boardwalk. Yet we were doing that. I remember this guy, Mike Esposito, comes over to me and says, "You know, you kids think you're wise guys, right? Take it from me. Trust me. This is a no good path you're down. I was down the same paths my whole life. Stay away from gambling. Stay away from drugs. Stay away from drinking. Of course, I never did that, but I definitely gambled, and I was a losing gambler before I became a winning gambler.
For a long time.
For a long time. Sure. I mean, listen, I learned a lot of the things in the beginning, what to do and the skill sets that are necessary, but it took me a long time to become disciplined enough not to chase. And the chase thing is the number one thing. Everyone just says, let me get even. I'll go home. Let me just get even for the night. That's your goal.
The late game bails them out. So they think.
Or even in a casino.
Right.
In a casino, it's like if you're playing machines or video poker or even table games, it's like closet gambling. You know, you said, let me just get even. God, let me just get even and I'll get out of here and I won't gamble no more for the day.
Yeah.
And they double up and bet bigger money, and that gets them into the holes. And that's how the credit card machines are in every casino. Just look what goes on
at the table now. Have you seen?
It's crazy.
At Stations casinos, you can be at a blackjack table and you can literally get money at the blackjack table with your card now.
It's unbelievable. I mean, just think about that. If you're gambling with a credit card, you're over gambling. You're gambling too much. If you don't come there with cash and have an allotted bankroll to gamble with, and you have to go to your credit cards, even your ATM card, you should come there with a set amount of money, leave your ATM card home. Because that's what gets everybody. Yeah. Casinos are built off people chasing. If it wasn't for chasing, then the casinos they probably basically wouldn't be in business, because it takes a lot of money to maintain a casino.
Right.
A casino. You have to have money for your staff, the lights, the different things going on. There's a big overhead.
Yeah.
So if it wasn't for chasing, they wouldn't be able to handle it. They'd have to close the doors.
And bring a bankroll. And what is the percentage? So if you have $1,000 bankroll and you're a blackjack player or a sports bettor, okay, do sports.
Yeah.
You've got $1,000 bankroll, let's say for NFL season.
Yep.
What percentage? What should their average bet be?
$20.
$20.
No one does.
George
that.
Carmona. What was your last football bet?
$10.
Okay.
Yeah, I do 5 and 10. I've been trying to be better at like identifying my unit.
Good for you.
And if I'm like starting to,
Good
but
for you.
the thing is,
I actually was trying to trap him, and I thought he was going to say,
no.
I thought he was going to say $100, and he passed.
Good,
no.
Good.
Well, hey, listen, John, you blessed me on Sunday. John blessed me with a gift, and we were in a sports book, and I walked out with all the money.
Wow.
Without putting one down.
Good man.
Yeah, no, it definitely.
See the program John goes to, it's working.
Yeah,
he gives you little nuggets of information, and you're using them.
He keeps giving me these coins, man.
But people do, bet too much. So $1,000, they're going to be betting $100 a game. You go back to Jersey, see what happens. They're betting 3 games on the early games, $330 each.
And
they're betting $330 each, and then when that's over, they're hoping to get to the late games with the rest.
Okay, and so Bill, so let's say you bet $10 a game, and you go 0 for 4 in the afternoon games, between the morning and the afternoon games, and now it's the night game. Absolutely, don't go $40 and try. Still $10.
No, $10.
$10.
You're actually supposed to go less because your bankroll's less, so you're 1 to 2% less. But let's keep it at.
So you would adjust the bankroll based.
You could do it for the day. That's fine. But then when that day's over, next week, if you have 900, then you're betting literally
$9 a game.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm giving you 1%, but you could do 2%. So.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, it's amazing. It's amazing. It really is. People overbet. That's the reason why it's tough for everybody.
And that's the discipline that's changed your life.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Overall.
Bankroll management
Right.
for sure. Oh yeah. I was a chaser.
Yeah.
I was a kid. I was early, not even teenager. I was going through my whole bankroll. Which, by the way, I made a lot of money.
Yeah.
I was making $200-300. Literally, when I worked on the boardwalk, I was 13 years old making $200 a night. And this is
unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. 40 years ago. Yeah. No, it was good. It was good. It was good. Back when I was 9, I started working on the boardwalk. I made a lot of money, but we were in a gambling town. Gambling was a rite of passage. I always talk about this on other shows too. I was gambling on that boardwalk with my cousins and uncles, and you grew up with all the Italians. My mother's family was Italian. They were gamblers. Not that you don't have to be Italian, but when you're from the Bronx and you're Italian, you guaranteed there's gamble in your life.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So that's really about it. MyBookie. Let's not forget our sponsor, MyBookie.ag. Great price on teasers, 10% bonus, and just go there and you'll see they have some other bonuses too. If you want some better bonuses with some more rollovers, they have them though. But they've been around a long time and good pricing, good structure, good lines, and I guess that's really anything else.
No, I think next week we're gonna. I actually have an idea for next week.
Okay,
We're gonna go play blackjack with Dana next Tuesday night.
All right.
And I'm gonna see if not for this coming Tuesday night, I want to pitch him doing a podcast from the blackjack table, me, you, and him.
Oh wow, that would be.
I think he'll say yes.
Yeah, you might like that.
Yeah, I think it'd be kind of cool.
As long as you do it ahead of time.
Right. Yeah.
Like no, I mean ahead of time before he starts gambling. Because if you lose, he's not going to want to do it.
No, I'm saying while he's playing.
He's playing?
Yeah.
Oh, good. All
we mic up.
Sounds good.
It'd be kind of fun. Would you play too?
Yeah.
Take a little something?
If they let me.
They when you play with him at his table, it's any amount. So like last night I would bet like 100 a hand.
Yep.
He's betting 30,000 a hand. The other guy's betting 10,000.
Even though it's affecting his cards, he doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
Wow.
If you love the game,
how about your strategy?
Care. I play perfect blackjack.
Do you?
I think so.
Okay.
But so if I'm ever in question,
you look successful.
If I'm ever in question, I say to him, "What do you want me to do?"
Oh, so you do.
Of course, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And it's nice when you got Uncle Dana there because sometimes if he says, "I would hit it," and you hit and you bust, he might throw you a little.
Right, ready to chip.
Sorry.
Right.
Yeah. He's like you. He spreads the money around.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys next week.
All right.
On Wisecracks.